Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Midday Market Update. My name is Glenn, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Glad to be here. Coming fresh off my trip to San Pedro, California. Got to meet some cool VV Nation people this weekend. Let me clear my chat, Joey. In the background, we do have Joey. Joey's going to be doing all the stuff to make me look pretty, and he doesn't have to do a lot of work because I look great. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, and let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. Looks like Perfume Aroma is here. Norman is here as well. Again, coming off of the trip to California, Eton is here. Glad to have you here from Israel. I got another week where I got to meet some VV Nation people. So it was great having an in-person event. And we'll see what happens. I will send them to you if you want, but the uranium list you provided, 821, is 100% winners and is up 25%. Best graphs I've seen. Did you know this was going to be so strong? No. Well, I keep getting told that, we can't sleep on uranium, and I haven't, and then that's a good thing. So I always like to try to bring the best things that I can to you, Mike, in the live stream. So my job is to try to make you guys as much money as possible. Did Joey go to California too? He did not. But Joey will be in Tampa when we go to Tampa in January. He will be there. So you guys, if you want to meet Joey, you get to see him there. There is another event in Atlanta, Lynette. That's coming up in a couple of weeks. We will go to Atlanta. We will be in Atlanta. So if you're in the Atlanta area, the event is free. The event is free. Sign up for it. Sign up for it. Good morning, Janice. How are you? Looks like the alert is almost totally hit. We got about 90 people in here. We'll probably get close to 200 people, but you know me. I want to get us as close to 300 people. There's no reason on this YouTube channel why we can't consistently get 300 people in here. At least 300. And then I'll be asking for 400 and 500 and so on and so forth. So we got 162 people here. Looks like the alert hit. So again, one last time, just coming off the trip to San Pedro, California. It was a great trip. We got to meet a lot of people, and I got some coffees. One of VV Nation people gave me some coffee from Ho Chi Minh, on a mountain in Ho Chi Minh. So I brought it home. Bring your new iPhone to the Dumb Money and stream it with us. Dude, that's illegal. I can't do that. I haven't got my new phone yet. I didn't. My daughter got hers because she lost hers. So my daughter moved from the 11 to the i15 Pro, and I don't think she got the Max. Tom says, "Sorry, I missed you here in Southern California." It was a good trip. It was a good trip. Paul says, "Hi from Worcestershire, England." All right, I'm an hour outside of LA. Sorry, I missed you. I know, Mark, but you're going to be in LA this week, aren't you? Are you going to be in California this week? So, we got about 183 people here, and the big news is, where are we? Where do we stand right now? It looks like from a VectorVest system, we are looking at a bottom fishing opportunity, but there still is a lot of stuff in the background designed to help to keep the market down. We're going to talk a little bit about that as well. Is it the right time to bottom fish? Well, in the VectorVest system, as a matter of fact, you look at everything that's going on in the color guard, a lot of red. Market's been depressed. How long can it stay depressed? And from a VectorVest perspective, we have two indicators that'll help to let you know when the market is ripe for bottom fishing. And we're going to get right into the program right now. And here's the VectorVest composite. The VectorVest composite, which tracks the move over 9,000 stocks, clearly can see a downtrending market, clearly can see that we've got a nice up day today, very little wick at the top of the candle. So the market today is trading close to session highs. All right. And could that be the onset of us bottom fishing? Looking at our indicators on the right, the MTI, when it gets to a level of about 0.60, the market is looking for a bottom. And when the buy to sell ratio gets to a value of 0.20, the market is looking for a bottom. Do you like it? Do you like it as a bottom right now? Based on the VectorVest system, we are prime for us to start bottom fishing. Now, I'm here Monday. I'm looking at the market today. One day doesn't make a trend, number one. And if you are not a VectorVest subscriber, you won't be alerted to when the time is absolutely pristine to go bottom fishing. So I can show it to you today, and you're getting it free on the YouTube channel. But after today, depending on what goes on in the market, in our guidance, we let our subscribers know when it's the right time to start going bottom fishing. If you don't have access to the VectorVest system, do you know that you can get it for 99 cents for 30 days? That's if you go to www.vectorvest.com/YT. Stands for white, YouTube. 99 cents for 30 days. 99 cents for 30 days. And especially right now, given the market's conditions, you probably want to be on board with the guidance that we will give you when it's the right time to bottom fishing. So, do I think that it's a bottom? I think based on the VectorVest system, we are looking for a potential bottom right now. But as a subscriber to the VectorVest system, the guidance we give on a nightly basis will definitely let you know if it is or if it is not. 99 cents. Joey, put that link in there for me, please. 99 cents gets you access to the VectorVest software, especially during a week like today, a week like this week, to let you know if it's the right time to start bottom fishing. All right, so based on the VectorVest system, I'm telling you to get your shopping lists ready. But when I go back to the homepage is letting me know that there's still a lot of red out there. And if you watch tonight's video, the 6 p.m. video is always my top weekly picks for the U.S., Canadian, and Australian markets. Keep an eye out for that video tonight. I will break down where you need to be in the current market's conditions. All right. So that's the way. That's the way. I like it. That's the way. I like it. All right. So with that going on, let me go put on the intraday. Here's the intraday. We don't usually show that here, but here's the gap down this morning. Here's my gap level. We broke through the gap, faded the gap, but we are coming down, testing that level of 58.42 as a gap level. Now as a level of support. Let's go see how the market withstands the rest of the day. All right, that's what we're going to need to know. We're going to need, oh, there it is, side, that's more of it, to see how the market withstands the rest of the day. We have now fully faded the gap and we're moving higher. The indicators already let us know that we could be looking for a market top, a market bottom. And again, if you want to get that guidance when it's the right time, exactly the right time, 99 cents will get you access to that data to know. All right, let's now move to what news is currently moving the market. And there we go. Let's change this over. And so you guys have heard me say on more than one occasion that I don't think that the Fed did the right thing by pausing the interest rates. Now, a lot of you will say that raising the interest rates is a laggard indicator, and I agree with that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right. Akshaya says, are there people here that don't have VectorVest? And the answer to that, Akshaya, is yes. There's a lot of people who are still sitting on the fence on whether or not they want to take advantage of the night. Folks, it's 99 cents. I don't want to get triggered. It's 99 freaking cents for 30 days. 99 cents for 30 days to try it out to see what's going on. If you don't like it after 30 days, don't keep it. But 99 cents for 30 days. I've said on more than one occasion that the market does still have some downside. U.S. economy can withstand one shock, but 4 at once. And what are those 4 shocks right now? You got the auto workers strike, which could be, it's the Hollywood strike could be coming to an end. But the auto workers strike is still out there. That's going to affect the market by way of the automotive industry. How about this? And people are starting to talk about it. A possible government shutdown. Congress goes through the rigmarole of arguing on whether or not they're going to close the country, blah, blah, blah. And of course, we know they really shouldn't do that, but people are going to hold out to get the things that they want in Congress. And this is going to be an issue. The government shutdown, or do we give a stopgap? That's going to affect the market adversely. Student loan repayments. That starts kicking off next month. That's going to affect the economy because it's going to take money out of the economy because people, instead of investing in the market or they got to live. So they got to pay back these loans that's going to come back into place, and then they still got to live. That's going to affect the economy. Rising oil prices. That's an inflationary story. That's going to affect the economy. So when I sit back and I state that I believe that the market still has some downside, it's not that I'm just jibber jabbering. I'm showing you the data. It's not just Glenn going off on a tangent saying, the market's going to go down, Katie bar the door, throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm not trying to bring doom and gloom to the market. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm trying to be honest in assessing what's going on in the market so that if the market doesn't react the way that you think it should, you'll know why. There's things behind what's going on in the market that could still give us more downside. And yes, by way of the VectorVest system, we are possibly looking for a bottom. But the key words when I say that in regards to the MTI and the buy to sell ratio is we are looking for a bottom. It doesn't mean that once we hit those levels on the MTI and the buy to sell ratio that the market pivots and it starts moving. Here are the underlying factors that are in the market that are keeping the market down. That's all. And I'm with you, Bill. Sometimes Congress is children in suits playing. I totally agree with that. I totally agree. Now, I don't like to talk politics, but I totally agree with that. They're supposed to be here for the benefit of the economy, the benefit of the people who put them into office. Man, I wish that one day that VectorVest gives me an opportunity to bring a bottle of wine online, drink that wine, and really pour into you the things that I want to say. Hoo-wee. That would be an interesting live stream. Good, googly, and we might have 10. And it probably, Joey is right, it probably would be the last, but we'd have about 10,000 people here listening to Glenn clamor on about what he thinks. Be very, very interesting. All right, Mark says, I'm selling a small put vertical plays on strong stocks going up like FedEx and UNH. So, when I look at stocks to buy right now, as you watch tonight's video on my top weekly picks, there's a little twist in there because this is an interesting market right now. And as much as I mess around with the Fed, I wouldn't want to be in his shoes right now. He's walking a tightrope on what he's doing. A lot of people think that we're going to have a soft landing. I think a soft landing is out of the picture. I think that we are too far gone in what he is doing and what he still needs to do for the economy. I think we are too far gone from a soft landing. But again, that's my insight. Dennis says, what wine do you want? I'm all about the Cabernet. I'm about a good cab. Oh yeah. Maybe a Shiraz. But I'm a red wine drinker. I'm a red wine drinker. Red wine. Give it to me and let me go online. Yeah, that'd be interesting if I had me a good bottle of red wine, maybe two, and just let me go at it. Man, hoo-wee. All right. So in regards to what's going on in the market, I need you guys to understand a lot of the underlying factors affecting the market in an adverse way. Is there any good wine stocks? That's a good question. I got to look into that. I don't know. Doug says, career politicians, we are taxed, retaxed, and triple taxed, and people wonder why we can't make ends meet. See, why are y'all trying to get me into the politics right now? So many things I want to say. All right, let's go to the next one. Talking about keeping the market down. Hedge funds are boosting bets against U.S. stocks as sell-off continues. That's coming from one place, though. It's coming from Goldman Sachs. And I think that as we did not raise interest rates, I think that the market thought that we were going to take off from that point, but we didn't. And I'm still thinking that big money, the hedge funds, are sitting back thinking the same things that I'm thinking, that I think it was the wrong thing for the Fed to do. But the Fed didn't call me. He should have. Really, Bill? Really? The Fed should have called me so that I could break it down to him by way of VectorVest what should have happened. All right. Bill says, is Mad Dog 2020 red wine? Yeah. No, that stuff will tear you up. I think they stopped making Cisco. You want some wine too? Go get you some Cisco. I wish they were innocent children, but they are a bunch of kleptocrats. Oh gosh. All right, never mind. All right, and just more stories about. I still think that the market's got some downside, even though we're currently looking for a bottom. How about this story? You know, AI is still big. Guggenheim upgrades Microsoft, says AI, generative AI, is too strong to ignore. AI is still a hot topic. So I always like to try to find you the stocks of the companies that are investing in AI, like Amazon. Amazon to invest up to $4 billion in Anthropic, a rival to ChatGPT developer OpenAI. So we know Microsoft has got the big investment in OpenAI. Amazon is doing what Microsoft did to get a bigger piece of the pie as well. So Amazon is on my list today. Microsoft, as a matter of fact, let's go to my list. So Microsoft got upgraded. Let's go to the viewers tab. Microsoft and Amazon. Amazon is up on the news today. Microsoft is a tad bit down. But in the AI space, we still know about NVIDIA, AMD. There's a lot of companies that are taking advantage of the AI space. And I love the story on Amazon going after Microsoft. Amazon is at 131, Microsoft's at 316. Both of them are overvalued. Neither has an RT above 1. All right, because we know that the whole tech space has gotten hit a little bit. I'm still waiting for when we get a bottom fishing opportunity. If we do get one, I think all of the AI stocks are going to explode because they have been depressed by the market move to the downside. So your SMCIs, your AMDs, your NVIDIAs, Amazon and Microsoft, these stocks are going to be potential huge winners. All right. I'm not telling you it's the right time right now. Again, I'm not 100% sure that it's a bottom fishing opportunity yet. We need some confirmation. One of the things that we need for confirmation, let's go back to that real quick. One of the things that we need for confirmation is going to be the primary wave. All right, once the primary wave goes back to up, that is going to give you more of an insight that the bottom fishing opportunity is there. Now, again, if you're not a VectorVest subscriber, when are you going to know that the underlying trend of the market or the primary wave is up? You won't know. Today it's not, but who's to say at some point in time throughout the week that it won't be? All right, and that's why, again, I'm pushing the issue that for those of you who've been sitting on the fence for the longest time about taking a 99-cent trial, which I think is a no-brainer. You want to know when that primary wave is up. You want to know when that guidance comes in. Joey has got the link pinned to the top of the list, top of the page. Please comment on the degree that both Apple and Microsoft are overpriced. So I'm looking right here at Microsoft is trading at a price of $316. We give it a value of $214. Here's Apple. I'll add Apple to the fray. 176. Now, great question, Thomas. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to right-click on the stock, and I'm going to go down to, let's go down to one of them. Let's go to Apple, right-click, and let's go view a full stock analysis report. 99 cents gets you access to this as well. All right? And I want to show you something when it talks about value. Value is computed from the forecasted earnings per share, forecasted earnings growth, profitability, interest, and inflation rates. So it's not like we think Apple has got a value of $92. It's mathematically calculated. And that's the beautiful thing about a lot of the indicators that we have here. One, they're proprietary, but number two, they are mathematically calculated. So the current price of Apple is trading at $176.71. Its value is $92 based on how we calculate value to give you an intrinsic value on a stock. Based on that, it's overvalued. And I can do the same thing for Microsoft. Right-click, view the stock analysis report. Scroll down, same kind of thing. Values computed from forecasted earnings per share, forecasted earnings growth, profitability, interest and inflation. It's got a current price of $316 with a value of $214. So, Thomas, it is not what I think. It's not what Joey thinks. It is all about the mathematical equations that are presented within the proprietary indicators that give you what the intrinsic value is worth, what we feel the stock is worth. Does that make sense, Thomas? That was a great question. And I'm sure there's a lot of people in the room that felt and wanted to know the same thing. That's how we do it. It is not like anyone here sits back in a boiler room and goes, we think that these stocks are worth that or this, that, and that thing. It is calculated. It is definitely calculated. All right, so Microsoft and Amazon were in the news. Apple's in the news as well. I'll get to that story in a second. How about this? MicroStrategy buys $147 million of Bitcoin and sells $147 million of stocks. Now, why do I bring this up? Because there's a lot of people who are on our channel who are interested in cryptocurrency. I'm not a big fan of it. I think FTX screwed it up for a lot of people. I honestly think that FTX screwed up investing in cryptocurrency for a while because they saw what he did and how much of a scam and this, that, and the other thing. But there's a lot of people who are still on the bandwagon for crypto. So a lot of times I do try to keep some of those stories in play. But MicroStrategy buys $147 million of Bitcoin and sells 147. So this is a company that is investing more of its money into Bitcoin. And I still think, I got a thing here. Hold on. Research, go down. I got a crypto site that I use called cryptocurrency, CoinMarketCap, and I can see what all of the major cryptos are doing because we don't actually trap cryptocurrencies in the VectorVest system. So I've got a website that I use to keep track of what's going on with crypto. Right now, Bitcoin, which is the biggest mover in crypto, is sitting at $26,000. XRP, Dogecoin, all of these different crypto pieces I can track and I can talk about, but I can't do it in the VectorVest system because we don't track it. So I do like being able to answer questions on cryptocurrency. This is my go-to site for that. All right. So I put the story up there because I thought it was big enough to show that people are still heavily invested or still thinking about investing in the crypto space. Lou says, Thomas, speculation on business prospect on the news. That is why VectorVest is very handy. Sometimes, Lou, I like you. Sometimes I don't like you as much. But, I love your opinions, whether they agree with mine or not. I do, Lou. Believe that. All right, but I even put that up there. So that takes care of that. So I got coin in here. I want to see if it really is on the move. And when I look at coin, I put that into my list. It's the closest thing that I have to really Bitcoin. And by way of VST, it's at the bottom of my list. Crypto, and you know something? Let's go look at that. View the stock graph on Coinbase. I'm going to put this on a 1-year graph. This is why I'm not big on crypto. But when it moves, just like that. You put your hands upon my hips. When I dip, you dip, we dip. And that's what we're doing right now. I put your hands up on my hips, and then when you dip, we still dipping. We still dipping. All right, up day today, but the 3 and the 8 exponential moving averages are still bearish. Broke through a level of support, coming down to another level of support. So I think that even the news of a big company putting more of an investment in crypto is not enough to make me feel warm and fuzzy all over on the crypto space. All right, sitting in a little bit of a channel, I'm still not warm and fuzzy, but I want to bring it to the forefront that someone is out there throwing some money behind crypto. Glenn, market keep making higher high all day. Hello, Glenn, says Furby. Thoughts? Let it do its thing. As we looked at the market timing graph, it is moving up. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So what am I looking for before I actually call this a bottom fishing opportunity? I need to see the primary wave in the VectorVest system go up. All right, I need to see a blast off day. I need to see that the market has bottomed. Looking at the end of day, Could we have bottomed with today's activity? Possibly. So my thoughts are, I'm going to let the market come to me, Akshaya. That's exactly what my thoughts are. I am not going to try to get you in early and go rock and roll, because all of those news stories that I talked to you about, what's still keeping the market down in the background, could still rear their ugly heads. Could this be a fake out? Absolutely. So I am going to err on the side of caution in regards to what to do right now. I would rather to let the market come to me than to try to get you in too early and get you hurt. Do you agree with that? Yes or no? I need everybody to answer. We got about 190 people in here. Because these are the questions, as I ask, that makes it worth it for you to come here or not. Do you agree with that? That I am doing the right thing by erring on the side of caution and letting the market come to us first? All right. Could I be leaving some money on the table? Absolutely. But I bet you this, I'm not leaving a lot of money on the table, because once that primary wave does kick in and we give the guidance that it's okay, boom, we're going to be not far from the bottom when we get you into the market. But again, not being a VectorVest subscriber, you're not going to get that insight. You're not going to get that insight. I'm really pushing the 99 cent today because this is the time you need it. This is the time that you need the guidance. And it's only 99 cents for 30 days. All right, so I'm just letting you know, I would rather to let the market come to me before I start to jump and go, all right, the bottom is here, back up the truck, and we get hurt. And we get hurt. And again, if I can leave a day or two on the table, I'm okay with that, as long as I get you in for the majority of the move to the upside. All right, that's what I'm looking to do. That's what I'm looking to do. All right, let's get back to the story. And Apple, I told you, Apple made the news as well. How about this? Apple to boost production in India fivefold. Fivefold. That's big. I think that they're getting the orders for the new phone. Huge. So they're going to boost up production in India. iPhone maker intends to boost production to $40 billion in 5 years. Ooh, that's a lot of money. And I think a lot of it is because they're still going to be able to build it cheaper in India. But last year, iPhone production in India totaled about $7 billion. But with tensions between Taiwan and China, traditionally where Apple sourced its manufacturing, it's been looking at alternatives, and India looks like it's going to be. Glenn, one quick observation. The commodity USO is down, but oil stocks are up. And what did I say last week, Akshaya? I used the word that oil was being manipulated. And it is. All right. I think that especially when we know that Russia and OPEC cut production, there's no reason why oil stocks should have been meandering. Petroleum stocks, energy stocks should have been rising like nobody's business. Oil was sitting at $90. A lot of people are predicting that it's going to be over $100. I'm still playing oil. I just don't. I don't understand why it's. Well, I do understand why it's not moving the way it should. And the whole idea is yeah. I don't. I think something does smell rotten in Denmark. All right. I think it does smell rotten in Denmark. Lynette says a lot of things are going on this week. Yes. Let's go look at that real quick too. I love doing this stuff. Let's go to research, go to investing.com. Let's go to tools, economic calendar this week. There's a lot of stuff coming out. I said this week. Dang it. Building permits tomorrow. New home sales tomorrow. Core durable goods Wednesday. Crude oil inventories on Wednesdays. GDP. That's going to be big. For Thursday, and then the Fed is talking one of these days. When is the Fed talking? I passed it. The Fed is talking. There it is. Fed. He speaks on Thursday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. What is he going to talk about? He's going to say, everybody, hold on while I call my Fed sub-chief, Glenn. Let me see what he says. Could you imagine me as the Fed sub-chief? They'd have to make a position for me. Sub-chief Fed. Ooh, if it goes out to the general population for a vote, how many of you would vote for me for the Fed sub-chief? Type of one in the room, if you would vote for me as Fed sub-chief. They have to make that position. But the Fed talks on Thursday. I don't know what he's going to say. Right after, it's also the Fed balance sheet. I don't know what he's going to say. Could it move the market towards the end of the week? Oscar said no. Dang! Oscar straight up said no. He wouldn't vote for me for Fed sub-chief. That's right. Guess what, Oscar? I don't want to be the Fed sub-chief. How about that? I don't even want to be the Fed sub-chief, but that'd be interesting. He'd call me up before every meeting and be like, so Glenn, what do you think? I'd say, nah, man, that's not what I think, Mr. Jerome Powell. It's what the VectorVest software thinks. All right? Only if Joey goes with me. What's Joey going to do? Joey's going to go, that's exactly what Joey, put Joey up on a podium to talk about Fed policy. Joey would be like, yep, that would be Joey. Right, Joey? Don't lie. Right, Joey? He may not even be there right now. He might be doing something in the background. That'd be interesting.
No, you're right, Glenn. You're absolutely right.
Lou says, Glenn, no, because we need you here. There you go. All right. So the statement came up that there's a lot of going on this week, so I wanted to bring that up. There's a lot of stuff going on this week. Could it shape the market and what goes on for the rest of the week? Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially building permits and new homes. I still think that home sales are going to be under some pressure as well because nobody's selling their homes. Nobody's selling their homes. So the inventory is not there. Inventory is not there. All right. It says go down. Fed chief. I don't want to be the Fed chief. Oh, no. I don't want to be the Fed chief. All right. What's my next story? Meta. Oh, did we look at Apple? All right. So Apple boosting up production in India. Let's go look to see where Apple is on my list. Apple is the number 3 stock in the list here with a VST of 1.04. Again, currently overvalued. They do have an earnings growth of 5%. Not a lot. A lot of people have said that Apple is no longer a growth stock. Man, Apple is a mainstay stock now. $3 trillion market cap. Let's move that over. It's the biggest stock by market cap we got. Sales, market. Where's my market cap? It's the biggest. Look at that. Microsoft is right with them as far as market cap. But Apple's got the biggest market cap. It's not quite maybe 3 trillion. It's 2.3 trillion. So I thought it was 3 trillion, but maybe not. The biggest market cap stock out there. The biggest market cap stock out there. All right. So I don't even think that it needs to be a growth stock anymore. It's a mainstay. It's a mainstay. John says, I've noticed inventory for rentals in my area is picking up and prices have come down and they're offering incentives. Well, I'm not sure why. If the home inventory is low, you would think that if people want to sell their homes, they should be able to do it at a higher price. They should be able to because there's not a lot of homes out there. That's my thinking. But people are getting out of the homes because they don't want to pay. So they're going to rent the homes, but they're going to charge an arm, a leg, and a foot for rentals. Rentals are going through the sky, going through the roof. If you want to live in a 2-bedroom in Mooresville here, what's the going rate for rent here in Mooresville? Joey, sitting close to $2,000 for a 2-bedroom. You agree with that, Joey? Especially if you're on the lakeside. If you're on the side that I'm on, it's going to probably be $2,000 for a 2-bedroom. And it probably ain't got a whole bunch of footage, but you're on the lakeside of Mooresville. That's why I said no, but I didn't want your head to get too big, says Oscar. I got you. Ocean One says new home builders are able to offer subprime loans. That's why new homes are still moving. Existing used home inventory is stagnant due to the highest rate. Yeah, so, but if they're doing subprime loans, what happened the last time that happened? What happened the last time that happened, Ocean One? Oof. So that makes me scared again. John says a 2-bedroom in a new place near me is close to $2,800 to $3,000. Who can afford that? And if you're making that kind of money, you probably are buying a home. If you're making that kind of money, you're probably buying a home instead of paying $2,800, $3,000 in rent. You might as well buy a home. Crash housing. Listen, I'm not trying to call that yet, but if the new home builders are offering subprime rates, that's a recipe for disaster. And it's not like we should have learned from the last time we did that back in 2007, 2008. And if we're going to put ourselves back into that again, all I can say is the people who are buying the home at these prices, at those subprime loans, I wouldn't bail you out. That's my opinion. I wouldn't bail you out. All right, they secure the money while rates were low. I wouldn't buy the house. I just wouldn't. All right, let's get back into the news that's going on. Meta outperformed last week's points to imminent breakout. Meta's on the move. Meta showed impressive resilience with only 1.15% decrease, while the sector benchmark Qs dropped nearly 3.5%. That's what you call holding your own. Meta is approaching a critical resistance level, hinting at a possible breakout. Let's go take a look at the stock. It's on the list. Let's go look at Meta. Meta. Number one in the list. All right, number one in the list by way of VST, sitting at 297, value of 272. It's got good upside. At least it's favorable upside at 1.03. Company makes money. What's hurting it? RT is below 1. They do grow their earnings at a clip of 7%. So let's go see is this breakout imminent? Let's go see, is this breakout imminent? Put it on a 3-month graph. I'm not sure that the breakout is imminent. I do see levels of the low on the 3-month. And then let's go put a level of the swing high most recently, sitting at 311.64. The 3 and the 8. The 3 is below the 8 exponential moving average. The volume is picking up. But I don't see a breakout being imminent. You know something? Let's go see. Here's another level of support right here, sitting at 293.36. Let's see if that level holds. A possible breakout would be bouncing off this level of support, watching the 3-8 cross, and getting out of this channel. Glenn, remember when they were giving better deals to lower quality credit and charging extra fees for good credit? We talked about that a while back and how we're doing this at a peak. John, I sit back. I remember we did the story on one of my live streams where they were gigging the people who had better credit. That was silly. That's silly. All right, so I'm just whatever. A California 2-bedroom lowest rental is $3,000 in poor areas. And when we were in San Pedro, Ray brought up his Zillow app because we were looking at some of the houses in the neighborhood, and we saw this like duplex, and Ray pulled it up, and that duplex was sitting at about $1.3 million. And the area wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. And it was like, wow, that's a lot of money in this neighborhood for that house. So it was kind of interesting. Rentals are rising, and it's going to make it harder for the middle class who are renting to be able to pay rent, especially if you got to move and get into a new place. You're kind of screwed. Where does that put you? Put you into the poorer, more vulnerable neighborhoods. Nobody wants to live in a crime-ridden neighborhood, but you're going to start pushing people into those neighborhoods where the prices are more affordable for them, and that's unfortunate. Rentals available due to Airbnb laws plus tax rates short term. Thank you, Charlene, for that. Meta is under its 20-day moving average, says John. I don't know if I'm in line with this story about an imminent breakout. I just don't see it at this particular point in time. Not just quite yet. All right, illegal immigration always hurts the middle class. Milton Friedman said that 50 years ago. Again, that's one of my stories for a bottle of wine. And give me 2 hours on YouTube to just go at it. Whew. That would be part of my topics that we would be discussing. All right, let's go to the next story. Now this is an interesting story. By the world's largest IT infrastructure provider for under $20. It is called Kyndryl Holdings, the world's largest IT infrastructure service provider, spun off from IBM in 2021. Okay? Kyndryl raised whatever a EBITDA margin and profit outlook for the fiscal year 2024. That's good. As an independent company, Kyndryl is free to pursue alliances with IBM competitors like Microsoft, Google, Amazon, which it has. So now maybe IBM sits back and goes, darn, why did we do that? We'll see. But the ticker symbol is KD. It isn't quite a household name. However, it is the largest IT infrastructure provider on the planet. IT infrastructure. Most investors are familiar with its parent company, IBM, which spun off Kyndryl in 2021, peaking at $52 before the collapse to $8 lows in October 2022. Let's go take a look at it. It's sitting right in the middle of the list, towards the bottom of the list. It's trading at $15 with a value of $642. The biggest IT infrastructure company. Fundamentally, is it sound? No. But look at this. It does grow its earnings at a clip of 26% a year. It is in an uptrend. Let's go take a look at the stock. The largest infrastructure provider company, sitting at a level, pulling off of a level of a high. All right, coming down, this would have been my level of support right about here, and it's sitting right there. Sitting right at a level of support. There's the 3 and 8 exponential. It's bearish by way of that signal. RT is above 1, but pulling back as well. This is a story, if nothing else. I want you to keep this stock on your radar. All right? I want you to keep your eyes on this stock. Put it on your radar. Nothing more, nothing less. The story is a nice story. And you know what? I do like that it gapped up, but never faded the gap. That's a positive sign as well. All right? I want you to keep this stock on your radar. All right? Nothing more, nothing less. All right, so that's a story. Let's get back into the next story. Next story is, I don't know why this was here. This should have, Bitcoin set for a winning September. That should have been with my other story here. That's where it should have been. All right. Set for a winning September as the S&P 500 stares into a $4 loss. So those were my two stories on Bitcoin. Again, I'm still not a big fan of Bitcoin. I don't know if it's the right time to get into it or not, but I am going to keep my eyes on it. And something from the VectorVest website. You know, if you go to www.vectorvest.com, come to our main website, go over to where it says blog. I'm looking at the hot stocks. If you're not a subscriber, but you want to see some information about a stock, we try to give you a stock and some information about it every single day. So this is about Apollo Global Management. Hits all-time highs on September 20th. Can it keep going like the Energizer Bunny? I had nothing to do with that. That sounds like I had something to do with that. But I didn't have anything to do with that. But going crazy like the Energizer Bunny. And the stock's ticker symbol is APO. That's Rizé. No Rizé. All right, let's go to APO. That's not in my list. I'm going to put it into my list. APO Apollo. Look at that. By VST, it's number 1 now with an earnings growth of 36%. Can it keep on going? The company is fundamentally sound, in an uptrend, highest VST, high CI, and now it's the only buy rating stock on the list. Do I like this stock? Let's go put this on a 3-month graph. Wow, look at that. Sat into a channel, broke out, came back in, found a level of support. Moving up, it's moving on up to the east side. You know where this is going? It's going to a deluxe apartment in the sky because the beans don't burn in the kitchen and the stock tastes good on the grill. See it moving on up to the top? Got to get up that hill. You know where it's trying to go? Now it's up in the big league. It's getting its turn at bat. And as long as you living, it's you and me, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with that because it's moving on up. Hit the heart button for that. No. Hit the heart button for that. That was halfway decent. I want to see the hearts go up. Hit the heart button for that. Hit the heart button. That's a good looking graph though. That's a good looking graph. Even on the pullback, look at the 3 and the 8 held. Look at the 3 and the 8 held. All right, Glenn, I don't understand cryptocurrency. how it's regulated, etc. At this point, I'm not interested. And you know, Furby, there's a lot of people who are not interested in crypto. I'm not a big fan of it, but when I do see news on it, I do want to bring it to the forefront because there's a lot of people on YouTube and a lot of people who are on YouTube on our channel who are interested in crypto. So I don't want to alienate them when I do have some stories when it comes down to crypto. John said something. People who bought for Airbnb in my area were getting loans based upon projected cash flow. They even took adjustable rates. Cash flow drying up and these rates are going to adjust higher. That's going to suck for them. Earl says, good one. There you go. I treat crypto like a commodity. I don't even treat crypto as like a commodity. I think that it's just way too volatile. I think crypto is super volatile. And again, I'm going to go back to FTX. I think FTX put a bad taste into a lot of people's mouths when it came down to getting into crypto. I think they're scared. There's a lot of people who are scared. There's a lot of people who are scared. A lot of big name celebrities got taken by FTX. And they put their names behind commercials. I don't know who else wants to do that again. Why buy crypto when you can buy high quality, undervalued stocks? I totally agree with you, John. But there's a lot of people in the world who do like the whole space of crypto. So I will bring some of it to the forefront when I've got news on it. All right. Is it a bottom fishing time? Roger, I just talked about that earlier. Roger, you are a subscriber to the VectorVest software. You're going to know. You're going to know if it is or is not. CCJ is moving today. Thanks, Ryan. Ryan talked about uranium. I've talked about uranium a while ago. Nonetheless, as long as it keeps doing what it's got to do, you guys are making money. That's what it's all about. Roger says I was late. You're never too late, Roger. But we are, you know, as a subscriber, I set the people up who are not subscribers to know that if you really want to know when the correct time to bottom fish is, take the 99-cent trial. Take the 99-cent trial and you will not miss the opportunity. All right. I think I'm done for my stories. I don't even want to do the drugs today. Let's just go straight into your stocks. Let's do that. Let's go straight into your stocks. All right. So I saw, what was ESTC? What was that you wanted me to look at? I think it was ESTC. I'm going to only take 10 of your stocks. ESTC. Let's go see whatever stocks. UROY. Let's go CCJ, and UROY. That's 3. GEHC, that's 4. HNRG, 5. Tesla, that's 6. JetBlue, that's 7. DEC, that's 8. TTI, that's 9. SMCI, that's 10. That's what my 10 stocks are for you today. Hi, Badger. Listen, what time is it? Yeah, I'm only going to do 10 stocks today. You guys need, there we go. I'm about to say, you guys need to give me some crappy stocks. I do have 3 stocks in here that are sells. I got 3 stocks in here that are sells. All right. Everything else is a buy or a hold. If I'm looking at this list, I'm streaming. I am a big fan of energy and oil. I still am trading WTI, and I think I am in USO as well. I don't remember. I know I'm definitely in WTI. I still think that it's a good spot. Look at this. Upside potential and RT is above 1, and they grow their earnings at 48% a year. Tetra Tech, TTI, undervalued like that. Good upside potential, relative safety below 1. I'm going to call this an aggressive trade. But Janice says, by the way, Ryan did you right on Friday. I'm glad that he was able to step in for me. I appreciate him doing that. And thank you for that, Janice. I didn't have any doubt that he would not. I had no doubt that he would not be able to step in. And this is not the first time he's done it. All right, so I'm glad that he was able to do it. I said JetBlue is one to buy when the market turns. Don't buy it now. Listen, it's at the bottom of the list. I'm not going to tell you to buy it now, John. And that's what the power of using the VectorVest system. CCJ. Look at that. CCJ overvalued, but that's in the uranium space. It's got good upside. Safety is right at 1, growing their earnings at 33%. SMCI, a lot of people, I talked about this at the live event in California about SMCI, people were telling me, there was one individual who said, I made money, but I lost money. And I walked them through the process of how to get out of this stock to lock in profits at the right time. Currently undervalued, it's fundamentally sound. Everything is good about it. But this whole thing about RT would have helped many of you get out the stock at the right time. Not only that, I did a video on YouTube about, when to sell your stocks. SMCI was a prominent part of that video because a lot of people had made a lot of money in that stock. Folks, if you're only here for the live streams, I'm going to tell you this. You're doing yourself a disservice by not watching all of the content between me, Ryan, and Susan in regards to what we bring to the table to the YouTube channel. There's so much content out there on a lot of things that you're probably thinking about, and we give our insights on it. Deckers, undervalued, fundamentally sound. I like the stock, but what's going on in the market? Always remember, the market's direction affects about 80% of the stocks. Uroy, another uranium stock, overvalued, fundamentally not sound. CCJ is at least a better fundamental stock, and it's up higher today than CCJ is. But I like, if I'm going to get into a stock in an industry that's rising, I'd like to get into the more fundamentally sound stocks. Sue says, invaluable insight, Glenn. Thank you for that. Is SMCI a good bottom fishing when it's time to buy? I think yes, because it is fundamentally sound. It's in the AI space as well. It was a hot stock before the market went down. I think that there's going to be a resurgence on all of those hot stocks that got hit as the market went down. There's going to be a big resurgence on those stocks that are going to go back into continuation mode. So yes, I am a fan of SMCI if the market is at a bottom. Tesla, I own Tesla as well. I'm in the Tesla trade. It is overvalued. Fundamentally sound stock. Hold recommendation. RT is below 1. That's what's hurting it right now. I am in the Tesla play. ESTC, way overvalued. Wow, way overvalued. Not fundamentally sound. Earnings growth to 40. Something tells me that this is news related because there's no fundamentals behind it. It is in an uptrend though. That does tell me that I think that it's got to be news related with this big difference between price and value. JetBlue, see you, Oscar. JetBlue for a sale. It's got good earnings growth though. It is undervalued. I'll take a look at that. Airlines are getting beaten up because of oil. Airlines right now are getting beaten up because of oil as well. GE Healthcare, overvalued, not fundamentally sound. Negative earnings growth. I'm not feeling that. Let's go take a look at all of these stocks on the graph. Excuse me. The enemy could be their friend, Guardian. I'm not a hooligan. I rock the party and clear them. Oh, crap. Is that a song? The enemy could be their friend, Guardian. I'm not a hooligan. I rock the party. Sugar free. What the heck song is that, Black Beauty Machine? Because I don't know it. You just stumped the DJ. That's what you did. HNRG, love the equity curve. Nice open candle. Bottom left, top right. I like that play. I like that play. Let's go to the next one. TTI. I like that play too. Right now it's trending sideways. I'd wait. Let's go see if it can break below. Don't believe the... Oh, is that what it is? Don't believe the hype? Don't believe the hype. All right. Flavor Flav. Sitting at a level of resistance. I'd like to see it break through that resistance. Nice move here. Sideways move. I like the play, but keep in mind what's going on in the market, right? CCJ, man, that looks good too. Uranium is a hot play. It is an alternative cleaner energy. It really is. It is. So, what can I say? Ain't nothing bad I can say about that. SMCI. This stock was rocking until it rolled. And I like the idea of, from a bottom fishing perspective, fundamentally sound stock. I think it's going to have some good upside. What do you think about copper? All right, I'm gonna show you. I'll show you my commodities list before we go. Decker Outdoors. I'm not feeling it right now. As a retail apparel shoes, I'm not feeling it right now. All right, the first thing I'm looking for is get back above this level and watch the 3 and the 8. Keep in mind that a lot of these stocks that I don't like, there's another uranium stocks. Keep in mind that the stocks that I don't like right now, if the market were to start to run, remember 80% of the stocks in the market move with the trend direction. Tesla, I'm in Tesla. It still hasn't hit my stop. But I do like the bounce today off this level of support, sitting at about 240.88. Big wick here. Let's go see if that level of support will hold. All right, ESTC, nice move. Again, Akshay, I'm thinking there's some news-driven move on this. Love the open candle. Would like to see more volume, though, but love the open candle. I like the play. In the current market's condition. JetBlue, no. That's straight up no. And I know the person that said, was it you who said that they wanted it for a short? I like it for a short. You couldn't short it, though. It's 445. You probably couldn't short it, but if you could buy puts on it, you could probably do that. You probably can't short. You got to buy puts on it. GEHC, the last stock in my list. A nice up there. I'd like to see if the 3 and 8 can cross. That could be a good bottom fishing candidate from that perspective. You're talking about copper. Here's all my commodities. I've got commodities in a list. Where's copper? Copper's down. Let's go take a look at it. View the stock graph. Let's go take a look at the 6-month view on copper. I'm not copper, as much as I'd like to play it as a commodity. Look at that. That's a downtrend, if I ever saw one. And it's stopping right at a level of support right now. And as much as I like the whole building industry, that's a tough stock right there. That's a tough commodity right now. If I'm looking at any commodity, I'm gonna hip y'all on to something. One of the things that we're doing a lot of on these in-persons is the MPI. I'm gonna put the MPI graph on my commodities. When would have been a good time to get into uranium? Right there. Look at that. That would have been that's back on 7/18 of 2023, and look at it run. Let's go see if I can find any of these commodities that are doing that kind of thing now. Here's oil. That was a trigger point, but here was the entry on 7/13. Look at oil. I love using this MPI now. There's oil again. I love using this MPI right now. And again, if you're not a subscriber to the VectorVest system and you want to be able to do what I'm doing on every commodity, giving you the opportunity to get in off of the near perfect indicator, 99 cents. 99 cents. Oh, man, gold. I'm not for gold. Here's the trigger. But look at that. I never got any sustainability from trend. I'm not a player of gold. Same thing with palladium, platinum, silver, copper, corn, natural gas. But there's uranium. Wheat, and lithium getting hurt. I love being able to take this listing of commodities using the MPI to give us a better sense. Hey, how many of you felt that was worth you stopping by today? Right there. Type of 1 in the room. How many of you felt that, and this was at the end of the presentation, how many of you felt that alone was worth your visit here today? Type of 1 in the room. I'm doing a lot with the MPI on the road. It is a great cherry picking, not only for individual stocks, but how about on commodities? You want to know the right commodity to be in at any given time. And how about it got you in oil and uranium so much earlier than now? That's why you need to take 99 cents. That's why you need to take 99 cents and go to www.vectorvest.com/YT. You want to be able to do that? We'll help you build a watch list of commodities and get you into the right commodities at the right time. Mark says, Glenn, it's always worth it on a live trading with you. I turn off CNBC to join you. Wow. Wow. That's huge. I don't care who you are. That's huge. That's huge. Thank you for that, Mark. That is huge. Man, that's all right. That is all right. So thank you for that. All right, if you haven't already, hit the like button. If you're brand new to the channel and this was your first time here or your second time here and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. But share this content. We try very hard to put out the best possible content on YouTube. On YouTube. All right, so make sure you share the content. Glenn, are you into sports betting? Nope, I ain't doing that. That's just not my deal. What search is that for commodities, Glenn? Sue, I made a watch list. I'm going to put us back into that real quick. I just created a watch list. Where is it at? I created a watch list of commodity ETFs. That's what I did, on commodity ETFs. So I went through and I found all of the ones that I was really interested in. I made a watch list. And then when I looked at the graphs, I graphed them on the NPI. Missed the NPI mention. Yep, that was, how did you use the NPI? I talked about it in a video. I didn't want to go over deep detail Akshaya here. I did a video specifically walking you through what it was all about and how to set it up. All right, so I did that already. I'm really pushing you guys to make sure that you go look at the content on our channel. All right, I'm not trying to be a jerk about it, but you're doing yourself a disservice. There's a list, there's a video specifically about the near perfect indicator. Please go check it out. All right, please go check it out. Norman says, thank you, Glenn and Joey. Excellent information. Thank you for that. We do appreciate that. All right, I got to go. I'm close to on time today, Joey, so he can go play golf. CNBC is on, but the volume is way down here. Thank you for that, Bill. Thank you very much for that. All right, I got to go. 6 p.m. video tonight, my top weekly picks for US, Canada, and Australia. Go check it out. All right, go check it out. If you're not a subscriber to the software, 99 cents. I'm pushing that this week because you could be missing out on a great opportunity for bottom fishing. You want to know when to do it? 99-cent trial. 99-cent trial. Thank you, Thomas. Hoorah. All right, with that, folks, adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii, especially in Maui. Bon dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until next time, folks, see ya.